Welcome everyone to the Walking Cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Gloria. What's up, Gloria?
Hi everyone.
How you been?
I'm good. I'm just finally getting back. Since I got a new laptop. My old one was completely dead. Couldn't do anything with it. So I finally, I'm the type of person that wants to sifting out every last ounce I could use on a machine, and of course eventually it gets uncompatible where it will not work anymore. So
you're like me with this laptop, which I'm gonna have to wait till the very possible last minute and then get another one.
So it finally got to that point, and of course then I'm I was using my phone for a lot of other things, but not able to do everything because the phone can't do everything. So then I'm like, I need to get a phone. So a laptop. So I finally got a laptop. So yeah.
Very nice. So now you're gonna be back doing cast regularly or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I decided today, since I had some time off, didn't have to do as much. I mean, I'm kind of having to do a little today, but I had some free time right now, so.
Oh, good. I was actually playing Rayman Legends when you beat me. So I'm like, and I'm playing like this hard board. So I'm like, everybody was beating me at once, and then it was you. And I'm like, who's beating me? Damn it! Shut up! And I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, it's Gloria. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cancel this game. I'll do this later.
Sorry.
No, listen, I've been trying to get you on for a while, so I'm glad now the computer's brand new laptop. Let's go, man. All right.
Yeah.
Very happy.
I'm glad to finally be able to start doing shows again because I've missed it.
Yes. I missed having you too, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I know this is getting a little off topic with Walking Dead, but it's personal because I haven't been able to be on for very long lately. So yeah, and also having a little health issues. I have anxiety disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and a little bit having a lot of panic attacks, anxiety attacks.
Yeah, but when you do this cast, you won't have any of that stuff.
No.
And you'll be relaxed.
Uh-huh.
Man, I was like, it was like without you on, it was like weird for a long time. And then I'm like, I was wondering, but your computer, you know what it is? It is expensive.
Yeah.
For laptops and computers. So.
And yeah, I still work and everything, but it's like you can't.
No, I know.
You need to use it for other stuff, more important stuff, with the health stuff and everything, personal stuff.
Listen, if something happened with mine, I would have to buy one right away because I won't be able to do casts.
Yeah.
And I need this for work too sometimes. So yeah, I'm dreading it. It's probably going to happen this year. I'm going to have to get a new laptop very soon. But
yeah.
So what else is going on now? I know we got the news, so you can talk about it. That's upsetting.
Now getting back into The Walking Dead, finally on topic.
Okay.
Well, Joe, I have some a little bit of good news for you. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get your hopes up, but I know the big news, the news about that Rick and possibly Maggie are going to be leaving. But now, since there was a tweet recently from the official Twitter of The Walking Dead, they said, do not believe everything you hear. So, yes, the whole thing with Rick leaving and Maggie leaving, possibly, the rumors started because of the spoiler sites. I don't like to say them. I don't even go on their sites anymore. I just hear it from secondhand. But I don't like saying them. But the spoiler sites, they first came out with the rumor, and ever since then, more stuff started to seem like it was possible, and it got kind of mainstream, the news, and there was a little bit of clues, like they were posting pictures of Andrew Lincoln, kind of reminiscent of how they're about to leave. They're not going to work with them anymore, and so it seemed like it was believable. But then recently, with that tweet from The Walking Dead and other things, it seems like maybe he might not leave. Or he might not die. He might be like go away for a while. Like when they tweeted that, some fan thought the way they said the hear instead of read, you know, the famous saying, don't believe everything you read. And usually when it's online, you think of it being anything you read. So them saying, don't believe everything you hear, it kind of reminds you of the whisperers. Like, you know, because whisperers, they hear the whispers of the whisperers.
So the whispers may say Rick's dead and he's not dead?
They may take him and he might be gone for a while. So maybe it's like a temporary, just
and
so
then they give Michonne like Rick's hand or something? And say he's dead?
Maybe. And then that way he's gone for a while and Andrew Lincoln can take a break and be able to spend time with his family, because that's one of the reasons why people were thinking, you know, he was wanting to leave. Other than the whole Carl thing, that was another thing. But yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. So,
but what about Maggie? She's flat out gone?
Now, I think with Maggie, with Lauren Cohen, I think the situation with that is it's a possibility, but it's not definite. And that's why I said probably, because I think they're waiting to decide. She just signed on for only the first
half a season.
Episodes. Yeah,
right.
Half a season.
And the other season they're filming now, but Andrew Lincoln's at home in England, you know, in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. So it does seem like he might be either dead, or maybe, like, if he's not really going to die, maybe he's just gone for a while. And then Maggie, there's a possibility because of that she might not leave, because I think the reason why is because I mean, everybody knows that Lauren Cohen has this other show. That
see, the thing was she wanted more money.
Yes.
And then they're like, no. And then what happened was she did the pilots
for another show.
Right, but then she was holding out. She signed with them, but only for this half of the season. But then the pilot got picked up for a series.
Yes.
Which meant that she had to film it. So then all of a sudden we heard that the deal was half the season. Now what I think is going to happen is, because they're going to Washington, I think something's going to happen where Rick and Maggie get captured and they're believed to be dead and they're going to be off for a half a season. And then they'll be back series 10 and Daryl will, and maybe Daryl will not be the leader, that they're making it like he's getting a lot more money. I mean, because I would think that Michonne would be the leader.
Yeah, I mean, remember
or Carol.
Remember what they said about, like, with the episode, I think it was 13 of season 8, or no, 7, I mean, when Rick said, when Michonne thought she had lost him, he says that if anything happened to him, that she should be the one to carry on.
Yes.
So that right there shows you they got it in canon that he wants her to be the leader if anything happened to him.
Because they know that even though Daryl's great, he's not leader. He tried. He screwed up.
I think he needs more development first, and
he can't just be a leader, like, because he screwed up so many times the past couple seasons that's why Rick's like, Michonne, take over, because Daryl's not ready yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, down the line, he may get to that point.
Maybe.
I think they're probably going to go eventually to where he's, like, able to do more. And that's probably, I mean, now with this whole thing with him maybe temporarily becoming the leader, whatever, if that even pans out, he will have to talk more. That was one of the things I kind of laughed at. It was like, whenever I heard about it, I said, well, now he's going to have to talk more finally.
And with Alexandria gone, everybody's at the hilltop.
Yeah.
So you only need one leader, not two.
But Joe, even though they're at the hilltop, but eventually, like, if they go with the comic, they will rebuild Alexandria eventually.
Okay.
Because that's what happens in the comic, unless they go different than the comic. And then, of course, now this is the thing I want to talk about. Another thing, there was a spoiler, and I'm okay with this because I mean, whatever, but they say that episode 1, that it establishes they don't know exactly if it's like an already thing, because there's a time jump and everything. They don't know if they are together or if they're kind of just then starting or whatever, but there's a little fling with Carol and Ezekiel, which is understandable because the Michonne she's taking a little bit of Michonne's arc from the comic.
Right.
And I'm okay with that because I like Ezekiel, and he's not like I'm okay with that in terms of like a secondary pairing. I mean, he's obviously not her end game because he, if they go with the comic, he'll eventually die. But then with Daryl, maybe later on, they milking that slow burn. I'm telling you. But I love this idea because I mean, at least he's not like Ed was. So as long as he's not like Ed, I'm okay.
Yeah, I know, of course.
And they're good friends, so it's like the development of the friendship and everything. So I'm okay with it, and maybe it might kind of show a little bit of like Daryl, kind of like what kind of thing. And there's a rumor that Daryl saves Ezekiel, and Carol's like emotional because he almost gets bit, and then Daryl saves him. So that's gonna be like he saved her boyfriend. So that's gonna be kind of cool, something.
Yeah.
Carol will see Daryl and say, "Wow, thank you," and another little thing. So yeah, it's awesome. And so if that does come to fruition, if they're right, that's awesome. And then of course somewhere down the line, it's still the slow burn.
No, you're hoping. I know.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. Some have given up, but they're still the most popular ship. I mean, if you do it, there's been polls and surveys, and they keep on doing things on Talking Dead. Oh gosh, I'm not even going to mention that. Where they did polls and they show that Daryl and Carol are the popular one of all the ships of Daryl and stuff, or any of the ships that are like, they even put Ezekiel and Carol on there, and Daryl and Carol still beat it, of the polls stuff. So so they know that that's the one that the majority of the fan base wants.
Yeah.
They're milking it. They're milking it for all it's worth. And so yeah, and my dad wants to finish watching the last 3 episodes because he hadn't watched the last 3 episodes. Oh. And I told him he's going to be excited because he can't stand Negan.
Right.
And I told him he's going to love it.
Oh my God. Now I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've been watching Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes.
Okay, so you're up to date.
Oh my gosh, yes. Nick!
Right?
And then the whole thing with, oh my goodness, with Madison. What?
I was like, what the hell is going on? I was upset that we lost first of all, I was upset we lost Nick. And then I found out the actor wanted to leave. And then I'm like, all right. But then Madison died, but the actress did not want to leave, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was pissed. And then I remember Chris Hardwick is like, well, he didn't think she died either.
I was upset with Travis.
But then they never showed the death. But then it was like, they said, no, she's dead. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah. I do like the some of the newer characters and the season. I like I love the
story.
Yeah. I do love also the actor Kevin Zegers.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy he's on the cast because he. I don't like the show Shadowhunters, which I'm just gonna off topic. I'm so happy Shadowhunters got canceled.
I know you are. I figured that. The first thing I thought of was you, and I was like, oh, she's gonna be happy. She never liked that whole thing.
But Kevin Zegers plays Alec Lightwood on the movie of the Shadowhunters movie, the Shadowhunter Chronicles story.
Right.
Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. So Kevin Zegers is a great actor, and I remember growing up watching him on Air Bud and different things, and he's even on that zombie movie Dawn of the Dead, or I forgot what it's called, but he's on a lot of things, and I love him as an actor. So, and he's good in Fear the Walking Dead. So I was excited when he got into the cast of Fear the Walking Dead. I was like, yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
Of course.
What about Morgan though? Are you a fan of Morgan being there or no?
I was upset he left The Walking Dead because I love his character, but I understand him leaving and going over to Fear. But I mean,
and he's the leader now, though. He's the leader.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that makes sense why they did it, so that they could have.
Because Alicia's just too immature, and I mean, she just can't be the leader, and the other lady can't be the leader, and
Yeah, it makes complete sense that Morgan would take over as a leader since Madison's gone. So yeah, so I was all for it after, seeing it. But at first I was upset. I didn't. Why is he Walking Dead?
I was pissed.
Yeah, I was too. I was like angry, incensed. I mean, I was like, no. So yeah, but now I've gotten over it. I'm okay with him being on Fear Walking Dead too. So.
I mean, there was a lot of things to talk about. Also, we don't have to go.
Sorry. What were you gonna say?
Well, The Walking Dead. Besides Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, we also have to deal with. I don't know if you want to talk about it really, but Talking Dead. Yeah,
I was just about to say that. That's why I asked, because I figured you were gonna mention that. This whole situation with Chris Hardwick. I agree about him losing his job, because I am not for someone who's abusive to their girlfriends, wives, whatever.
Right.
In general, no. I know it's a popular thing now that it's becoming so.
Well, but the big thing is though, it's just accusations though, and yeah. A lot of women are going against her, saying she's full of crap. The Jamie Alexander from Thor, Lady Sif.
Yeah.
She said that she's been best friends with Chris Hardwick forever, and he would never do something like that. And then, just about 4 different ex-girlfriends are saying that the lady's full of shit. The wife is saying it, the mother-in-law, people that know him. And what's happening is that they're saying, the thing that they're saying was that the boyfriend of the girl, because we even saw the tweets, she lied to everybody saying that she broke up with him. And that wasn't the case. She did admit she cheated for a while, but she made it like she left him. But the tweet, all the messages are crystal clear. She completely lied. What he said was genuine, that she cheated on him, and his type of thing with his religion and everything, he can't ever trust her again. And she was, and he left her because of her cheating, and she kept trying for months to get back with him, and he wouldn't talk to her. And the whole thing is that he didn't blackball her. He just, I guess if she would have been with him, she could have got opportunities. But you're not going to go out of your way to help somebody if they cheat on you. And he never did anything to hurt her from what I see. And I think her boyfriend was just pushing her because he lost his job being a shit stirrer, with being controversial and causing drama and problems. And I think he pushed her to do that, because he's the one that said that when she made a post and she didn't say anybody's name, he went right on Twitter and said, "That's Chris Hardwick." And that's why the story grew, because she never said his name, and to this day she didn't say his name. And then he kept blowing up
So it was more the boyfriend that caused it.
I'm pretty sure. And the thing is, though,
I didn't hear the whole story.
He slipped up because he said that we have recordings and we're going to bury him. But the idiot didn't realize that in California law, you're not allowed to wiretap or record anybody. So the problem is that they can't go to court, because they'll go to jail if they did have illegal wiretapping. Mm-hmm. But she can't do shit, because if she does, here's the thing: if he is guilty, I'm sure they'll let it go with certain things. But she wants it completely dropped, because now she would get in trouble. Okay, so now she thinks she just back out of it. He's destroyed. That's it. It's over now. It's not over, because people are no, honey. Bullshit. You don't just destroy his life. And then she lied too, because she said that she was blackballed, she didn't get work. You look at her Internet Movie Database, she constantly had work. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But and then to take somebody's job away from an accusation. Another big thing is because Jodie Whittaker is part of the Me Too movement. Mm-hmm. They were all pissed off. They were like, "Oh, if he's gonna host this, she's gonna rip him apart. They're gonna fight." but he's her biggest supporter, which is the weirdest thing. Okay, so they were gonna fire him, but he wanted to quit anyway. Of that panel, he was gonna do a DC panel, DC Comics. He lost that. He was the Talking Dead. They didn't fire him, and Talking with Chris Hardwick, they didn't fire him either. And The Wall, which is like a big game show, they didn't fire him either. So now, Fear the Walking Dead comes back in August. So we haven't heard anything about.
And The Walking Dead comes back in October. So.
Right, and the finale should be when The Walking Dead starts. If they're going to do that again.
Yes.
But we haven't heard anything about him being fired. Period. Now he hasn't posted anything other than just telling his side of the story a day later, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that because that he waited 24 hours because she waited 3 years. And again, I really don't think. I think she thought that this was going to boost her career because the boyfriend was whatever. She hasn't got shit either from it. So I honestly think it's all going to come out, and I think we're still going to see Talking Dead, Talking with Chris Hardwick. I think it's all going to be restored, but I think it's going to be done in a way where they're going to come together, and she's going to flat out admit it, and he's going to say okay, but he's going to help her. I think that's what's going to happen. I think and she's going to want to break it with the boyfriend too.
Yeah, I'm so glad you told me the details because I just heard it from secondhand, and the people that have talked to me about it, I think they were like kind of on the.
So you know what it is too? A lot of people are jealous of him.
Yeah.
So that they want him to fail, and this is what bothers me because we had something with Chris Hardwick, but I'm able to separate it. Like when he said "F you" to Doctor Who fans that don't accept Jodie Whittaker, I was like, well, F you too, a-hole. But I'm able to separate it because we have to do cast. We have to report the news. So I'm not going to hold a grudge, So I pushed it aside and I sifted through all the garbage and the news and everything. And I formulated my opinion. I thought I wasn't going to do that. I thought it was going to be fair. But in a sense, I feel like right now completely convinced that she's lying. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
I do too,
and all these women, first of all, here's the thing: the Me Too movement is a very powerful movement.
Yeah.
And if one woman's gonna screw up the Me Too movement, then that shit's done. And what's happening is, women, you would never expect this to happen. Women are going after women because the thing is, the women are going after her because they feel she's full of shit. And she is going to destroy their movement. So it's like civil damn war right now. So right now, and think about this stuff. The person that started it was a guy, the boyfriend that blew this shit up. So a guy destroying the Me Too movement, hiding behind a girl to get her to do all this stuff. So the ladies were not having it. So you have now, which is a bad situation. Before it was like women united, women for this. No, women are now against each other. And it's like a damn civil war, which is not needed right now.
No.
But they are not going to let her destroy the movement. And they're going to push her to admit that she's lied. Because they're not going to have the movement get that. The movement is more powerful.
I want her to admit it too.
See, the thing is that whatever happened, like all these women that were abused and all this stuff happened with Harvey Weinstein, that's scumbag. I'm sorry. They deserve to create a movement because to get what they're due. I understand that. Now, when you talk about it going overboard, that's what I have a problem with. Is that a woman needs to be James Bond, a woman needs to be this. We're gonna get all the men. No. This isn't take over the world. Men and women are equal. This isn't women are superior nonsense because that's what I'm against. So some people take it too far and they're making it like women are gonna take over. No,
also,
bullshit.
The way my friend says, my friend Kendra, she actually also mentions it as being like she hopes, and this is a perfect way to say this because of you talking about, the whole situation with Chris Hardwick, the girlfriend being lying, because we don't know. No one knows except for the person making the allegations if they're telling the truth. And that if this is becoming such a trend that it's happened, so many people are coming out of the woodwork and actually saying that, Me Too, I'm hoping that they're all being honest and then they're not just jumping on a bandwagon and making up, false allegations just to be part of it. And and so I hope that the ones that have actually genuinely been you know, attacked and abused and raped or whatever will come out and stop anyone who are like just using it to.
Yes, I hope those people burn that did that stuff.
Yes, because it's like it won't work. The movement won't work if it's being itself being abused.
So you know what it is? It's a touchy subject because people that are abused, that are women, right away they see that and they're so upset because it happened to them that they're willing to be like, oh my God, we're going to support you. But no, this isn't about you personally. Yeah. This is about this person's story. And you gotta have an open mind regardless of what you went through to see if she's full of shit or not. Because if she's not full of shit and you support her 100%, your whole career and your whole name's gonna get destroyed because you just were closed-minded into backing this liar. And I had a problem with, like, I'm a fan of all the people from SourceFed, Nerd, Panic, all the different, the Frenzy, all that, you know. And I like Rena Scully, and when she went completely on Chloe's side, I was like, what the hell? Like, and she was nasty to her own fans. I'm like, holy shit. Wow. Another thing that bothered me is I'm a fan of Philip DeFranco. I watch him all the time as much as I can. Maybe, and I was upset that he buried the story because, like, he never buries a story. And he just came out, he got studio, he got this, he's going to do a news network, all these different things he wants to do, right? And make a build it. But why would you bury a story? And I've never seen him do that. So now I'm thinking differently about him. I'm not too crazy about him burying it and blocking. Now, it could be that he's friends with Chris Hardwick. Maybe he don't want to talk about it. Or it could be that he's not friends and he just doesn't like that he moved up to the top, maybe it's a jealousy thing, and he wants him to fail or whatever. Or it could be he don't want to go against his compatriot there, like Rena Scully, and you don't want to cause a wave and a disruption. So we think the safe bet is to. But if you're going to say that you're going to build up this whole empire, this elite thing for Philip DeFranco, you can't bury a story, even if you're close to it or not, or your people close to it. And I have a problem with that. And that's the first time I ever had something with Philip DeFranco, which it's not like a grudge or anything. I'm just disappointed. You know, because he's a big YouTuber, and I'm like, oh, I guess he's not perfect in my eyes. But this whole thing where the people want Chris Hardwick to fail, and it's disgusting. You get to see it. It's like, oh, well, the first thing they say is not, oh, this poor girl. This is how you know it's wrong. The first thing they say is they don't say, oh, poor Chloe. No. They're like, wow, he moved up so fast, that son of a bitch, and, you know, he don't deserve. So they're jealous or they're envious or whatever. So they're twisting the movement. Right, because they're angry because they wanted to be where he was, and they didn't get as fast as he did. So these people are just a bunch of idiots and nasty and selfish that they want him to fail, so they're jumping on it, and they're so stupid.
My first concern when I first heard about it was her. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then part of it, I admit it to myself, and I told my dad this too, because my dad can't stand him because he thinks because every time we would watch Talking Dead, my dad would say, he thinks he's so funny. Meaning,
well, you know what it is, though? Here's the thing about him, though, right?
So my dad is like, well, good. But me, it was the girl first, worried about her, and then kind of part of me was thinking the way my dad was thinking. But
you know what, though? You know how I am, right?
What?
And I'm like him, right? I'm like funny, it's whatever, right? People misjudge me, too.
Yeah.
Thinking that I have an ego, I'm fucking evil, I'm this, right? And it's not the case at all. His whole life, he's rich, first of all. So he don't need to be rich. He's rich.
Yeah.
His family was rich. Like his dad was a bowler, right? They have different things, right? His wife is rich. Okay? So, like, he's not going to lose money. Like, even if he lost money, he's still rich, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be rich, right? But the way to hurt him, because the people were jealous of him, is to take away everything he loves. That's the most important. The most important thing is being in there, taking pictures with everybody.
Yeah.
He loves to be, like, taking pictures of all the stars. It's not because he's showing off. He's a fucking fan. That people don't understand that.
And he's living what every one of the fans wishes they could do. So
Right, but then they're jealous though.
Yeah,
and
they're jealous.
It ain't about the money. It's about him chilling with them.
Yeah.
So now that's how you hurt him. Now he's not posting shit.
Exactly.
Now you got to worry about if he's going to have a relapse,
Yeah.
or he's going to start drinking again, or if he's going to do drugs, or he's going to get fucking overweight or destroyed or depression. Because here's the thing. If you go every single day, podcasting, Instagram, all social media, and you have your own shows and everything, he fucking stops. Everything stops. He's probably going out of his fucking mind right now.
Yeah.
And he's got to be strong enough with his family to get out of that shit.
Yeah. Because he's not doing what he loves to do. For me, like, when I see him, I live vicariously through him because of him being a fan and all the things he gets to do or got to do, which is hanging out with the cast of The Walking Dead and all the stars. My dad being an anti him, you know, he's not doing it in terms of like jealous of him for the money. He just honestly doesn't think
he thinks he's too cocky.
No, yeah, my dad thinks he's a little, like, he makes everything a joke.
But you can misconstrue that though, to think that he's
exactly.
like, you know.
My dad, he doesn't pay attention to things enough. I think he's just doing it in when he says it, he's doing it because he doesn't even like the show, The Talking Dead. He likes The Walking Dead. He doesn't like The Talking Dead. I told my dad millions of times when we watched it, every time he says things, but I mean, not
you know how I was convinced that he didn't do it?
But he said, my dad, when he would say that, I would be like, well, Dad, he's just trying to get it to be funny to kind of uplift us when we're upset about someone dying on the show. The Walking Dead.
But you know how I knew he didn't do anything?
What?
When they leaked the whole dialogue between her and him from years ago, here it is. He's talking so fucking nice to her after he found out that she was cheating on him for like a year, right? She basically ripped his guts out, right? And he was so fucking nice in the letter, like from the heart, like just being nice. Without like anger, like he pushed the anger aside and he's trying to be like civil. And I gotta tell you, like, if he could compose himself and not let his anger get out of the way, I knew for a fact he didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. Because when you get your guts ripped out, the first thing you're gonna be like, well, F you, you hurt me, and you're gonna be fucking angry. You're gonna be angry. Like, because you're getting destroyed. Exactly. And he was not, because he's a fucking good person. And that's what I formulate my opinion based on his fucking thing. Because I'm like, there's no fucking way that he could be this fucking nice but then be an asshole. Because you don't know. I mean, like, that thing came out, she's fucking lying, though. And that's the whole thing. When all said and done, she was caught lying and he was not. Now, if he did it, why don't she fucking say it? Like, Chris Hardwick did this to me, because she fucking won't, because it didn't happen.
She knows it's not true, and that she could get in trouble if she tried to.
But the thing is, she needs to admit now, today, that she fucked up, because if she doesn't, she's gonna be fucked up forever. It's better to swallow your pride and say, my boyfriend, I just broke up with him, he forced me to do it, or I lied because I got mad because he's on here and I didn't get that far. Yeah. They'll respect her if she fucking tries to save the Me Too movement by fucking saying that she almost fucked it up. And she needs to come out.
It's also, well, not her exactly, because like you said, she's not saying he did anything, but
the boyfriend's just an asshole.
It's better to admit that she lied or that this whole thing is a lie. Or, I mean, if she were to say anything or agreed with the boyfriend, then it would be perjury.
Well, what? Yes. Well, no. There's no court thing. She didn't do anything. There's no perjury because she didn't file shit.
Made a claim. She hasn't
done shit though.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole purpose was to destroy him and then let it go away and then she's good. But that's not the point.
But if she agreed with her boyfriend and said he did something, then she would have to, or the movement would get onto her.
What's going to happen is, if she doesn't do something, because you can't get your cake and eat it too. You can't just think, all right, we destroyed his life, now I'm going to move on. No, because people are going to fucking hound her. Because if he did it, you file or you whatever, and you're confident you'll do. No, and there's no way she is going to get wrecked every which way. And what's going to happen in the end result is if he lost anything, he's going to get it back double. Because when it comes out, he could, like, something could happen where he could probably sue the shit out of his own people that fired him or whatever. And then you're going to see them in a negative light, everybody. You're going to see everybody. No, but you're going to see AMC and all these people if they fire him. And you know what? You might have ratings go down with The Walking Dead too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely he could get her for emotional distress.
Now, what I'm hoping happens at this Comic-Con, we heard that his friend, now the woman, was it what's her name, Yvette Brown or whatever, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. People were stirring this shit that she's going to take over. They want her to take over, right? She came out and said flat out, Chris Hardwick, I'm filling in for a friend. Mm-hmm. Chris Hardwick is a friend. Now, she can't support him because it'll kind of wreck her career, maybe. So she's just saying that she wishes to God that everything comes out and everybody's safe and everybody's whatever, right? But she's not looking for his job, okay? So she's going to host a Walking Dead pack. What I'm hoping is, I'm hoping that the cast of The Walking Dead have a pair of balls and say in the Comic-Con that Chris Hardwick needs to be here or back. And the AMC needs to get on that shit and restore him. I think after everything he's done for the cast of Walking Dead, they need to do that. And fuck about whether she's right or wrong, whatever. Have a pair of balls. Don't worry about your damn career. And support him because, like, he supported you. And I know if they do that, AMC is going to fucking restore him immediately. Because if everybody comes out like Andrew Lincoln or,
this whole situation, it should be, and I know it's not, they're not going to court or anything, but it should be in a way for the fandom, at least, the community. It should be innocent until proven guilty. That's the way everybody should think in this situation. And since he's not being proven guilty, then they shouldn't be, hating on him. It's like, and that's, for me, I mean, I was worried for her, but then when it came to him, I remember what my father said, and I agree with sometimes he goes a little overboard with trying to make people laugh, and I can understand why he does it. He's trying to calm us down. And I keep telling my dad that. He's just trying to cheer us up. And I watch it mainly for the cast anyway, and the behind-the-scenes stuff. And then I'm like, but then I also thought right away, I'm like, prove it innocent until proven guilty. But I said, but in the back of my mind, but if it is true, I'm glad he lost his job. But that was like a secondary or third thought after thinking about her first. Because my first reaction was of her because I'm a woman. So anyone who's been treated badly by a man, of course, we're going to think.
Yes.
Women are going to think about the woman and worry about her well-being. But I didn't know the details. So now that I know the details, I'm glad to know the details. And I'm glad that I got some other point of views because the people I've actually talked to about it were not all the way filled in either. So, yeah. So thank you, Joe, for letting me know the details. No because now I can kind of, update my feelings about the situation. I do hope that everything comes out, the truth comes out.
I can send you whatever is out there so you can formulate your own opinion. Not that I'm trying to sway it, but...
No. I'm glad. I mean, you gave me all the details so that you know of. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
So now I've got new updated information. So thanks. So
no problem.
Talking about that situation. Let's see.
Oh, also I wanted to talk about the comics.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh my goodness.
Well, before we get into what's going on in the comics, because I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
There's a decline with the comics now.
Yeah.
Of Walking Dead.
I heard about that.
People are not happy. And the comics are not, they're starting to die out. I'm saying this from what I understand from my people in certain shops. I'm not saying they're overall everywhere, but it's starting to happen. Now, what's the storyline that's going on with Rick in the comics? Because, like, he looks like he's a villain or something, or going to be a villain.
Well, I heard a little bit about that. Like I said, I haven't caught up completely, but I heard things about like
my way or the highway type thing, like I'm the leader, like We're gonna do
Yeah,
it this way. Like, is he becoming like the governor or something, or what?
I've heard people are not happy with his. They said some stuff about his plot line now, and it's like they're not happy. And yeah, similar.
Is
to
he
that.
getting stronger though, or is he still kind of weak, or whatever? Like,
I
wasn't
haven't
he?
heard about that.
Wasn't his okay?
I haven't heard whether about his strength or anything, but I just heard that they're not happy that he's seeming to some like he's becoming darker and stuff. So I mean, darker, as dark as more darker than he's been ever been. I mean, he's had times of kind of like going like out there, especially on the show.
Yeah.
But the comic, he's not the Rick everyone loves in the comic,
Right.
Earlier. So, and he's changing. So it's like.
Now, isn't Maggie's kids dead or are they alive?
I've only heard about I haven't heard about the kids. I've only heard about.
Or kid, I'm sorry.
Herschel.
Kid.
It's
Okay.
Herschel Jr. Herschel the second. Well, Herschel,
so, like, Carl's alive in the comics.
Yes, he's still alive, and
Sophia's still alive, right?
Yes, and Andrea was alive, and they were together, but then Andrea died, and that might have been maybe one of the reasons he's kind of gone.
Okay.
The beginnings of him changing. So yeah, that's upsetting. People are after Andrea died in the comic, people were starting to worry that eventually Michonne would die on the show because maybe she was taking on over part of Andrea's storyline since she's the girlfriend on the show, like Andrea was in the books. But I don't think so. I mean, they'll go different in the comic in that way. They won't have Michonne die. At least not for a very long while. I mean, in the show. So, and then with Michonne in the comic book, she's just his friend. They're platonic. People are kind of thinking now that Andrea's dead. Some of them, the Rick Shoners. I'm a Rick Shoner too, but I don't think it's going to go there. But some people hope that.
I mean, you think they got to break up or something?
That him and Michonne in the comic book will end up together. But I heard rumors. I don't know. I haven't actually seen this with my own eyes, or heard this with my own ears, whether or not Robert Kirkman said that he would never go that way with them in the comic, that they're just platonic in the comic and they'll always be platonic friends. So, I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I only ship Rick Shone in the show, not the comic. But yeah. But yeah, Carl's still alive. He's supposed to be the main character he's the main character in the comic. So he's like the whole reason the comic was made, because he's like the future of that world, and meaning the person that's going to outlive them all and be the beginning of the rebirth of the civilization. And stuff.
Right. Now, I might have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Shane coming back?
I have no idea.
Now he's dead.
Yes, a lot of people.
So it's a flashback.
It's either some people think it's a flashback or a vision,
or ghost
hallucinating.
Okay, hallucinating.
I don't think like a ghost, just like he's hallucinating. Kind of like how Morgan was having hallucinations of that guy.
Because if he was gonna die for real, then you would have Laurie, you would have all these people appearing, Carl. So he's not going to die, I don't think.
There's rumors that there were more, not just Shane, but I mean, they're just rumors. They're not like a lot of the stuff that the spoiler sites come out, they've only said it's just Shane. They haven't said anything about any other characters coming.
Well, let me ask you a question. I have a question for you.
Or just speculation.
The governor's definitely dead, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're sure about that, right?
Yeah, we saw.
Like, he's not going to be like, I mean, I know I saw Mark, but he's not going to be like taking over Washington and then having Rick prisoner or something. No. Okay. Dead. Governor's dead. Okay.
Yeah, he died in the comics, so they wouldn't change that big of a death. No.
It would be nice if he was alive, but all right.
Yeah.
That would be a nice leader of Washington, the governor.
Now, we got the whole, like, New World Order in the line in the comic, and that this new character on the show, Georgie, is possibly the.
Well, who's the princess?
Huh?
There's a woman in the comic called the Princess.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Okay.
But this Georgie character in the show, people think she is the one that starts up the New World Order from the comic. So they're thinking they're blending that plot line and the Whisperers in the same plot. So they're blending two plots since they killed off Carl. Carl, was supposed to be in during the Whisperer plot line.
Right.
People thought they were going to bypass all the whole stuff with the Whisperers because Carl's gone, but I think they're going to keep it. They're just blending it in with the New World Order plot line.
Now, we don't really know too much about them. Are they good guys or bad guys?
I kind of think that they're
the good guys, but then the bad guys are coming, maybe?
They're kind of freaky because and that's.
I don't think they're the bad guys, but I think that the bad guys are.
I think they're good in terms of they have an agenda that will probably profit, that the communities will profit from. Like, look at Georgie in the show, what she was telling to Maggie and the plans that she gave her and everything seemed.
But you know what though? The weirdest thing about that is that Alexandria already had that. They had the guy that was the architect. That was the guy that knew how to build things. He died. Remember, he was Deanne's husband.
Yeah.
They already had that already.
Reg, yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, he didn't survive, so they lost it. So, but now in the Hilltop, they have someone else coming that can keep on. And since she's not going to stay with them all the time, she's going to leave and then come back and then keep coming back. They have now to be able to start that more, and they're going to get into that new, the new beginning, kind of the time jump, where next season they're going to, like, you see the.
She gave the baby. She had the baby already, Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie had the baby, and they say that he's like 6 months, I think, in the time jump. I don't know for sure. I mean, I might be, but I've heard it 6 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then if she leaves, then someone else will take.
Right.
Of her.
Now Jesus would probably be the leader of the Hilltop.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
And Michonne would be the leader of Alexandria if they restored.
Yeah, and I definitely think that since there's a big time jump, I think that means that
the kingdom's built up again.
Yes, they have time to build up stuff, and there's pictures of like a windmill, things like that. I like that since the time jump, there'll be time to have development that we didn't see. So Aaron had time to mourn for Eric, and so maybe they'll do the comic.
I mean, he has a beard now, I heard, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah. And so they'll do what the comic and have Aaron end up with Jesus, because in the comic in game they get together and stuff. So, and they were having the two actors that play Aaron and Jesus, they had them hanging out and doing some like videos, funny like comedy videos. So they were like working on their dynamic, their chemistry and all that. I guess that's why they did that, because maybe this coming season they're going to be together and stuff.
Right.
And of course, like I said, I already said about the Ezekiel and Carol storyline. That's cool.
What about Rosita? Is she going to be with Eugene or no?
I have no
Probably
idea.
not, right?
Probably not. A lot of people want Tara with Cindy from the Oceanside, but I don't know if like they're going to go there. Right. Who knows? And then the whole stuff with Eugene and and then what's his name?
Dwight. What about Dwight? What's going to happen with Dwight?
He'll probably still have some more to come, more information. Jadis. Oh my goodness, she looks so cool in the pictures. She has darker hair, like normal looking hair.
So she's chilling with Rick.
Yeah, she's interacting with Rick and everything, and she was on the horses around with them in the shots where it had them on the buggies.
So she's gonna stay where Rick stays, probably.
Yeah, where with team family. So that's cool. So we're gonna get to know her more. So, and I mean, maybe she won't be as weird as way better. Right. She lost all her people and stuff, and she's like, and the whole thing with Negan. Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Now Negan's gonna break out though.
Well, in the comic, he's in the cell, for a long time. And then Carl interacts with him, and he changes, and they release him, or he gets out, and they kind of
So the girl, they're gonna probably have the Carl's girlfriend interact with him.
Enid will probably take over that.
And he's probably gonna see her as like a daughter or something.
Yeah.
And take care of her.
So, I mean, Maggie is already kind of taking on that also because she spent time with Glenn and then Maggie, and so she's always.
It'll be a nice dynamic if something happens and Negan it gets close with Enid, right? What's her name?
Enid.
Yeah. It would be nice if he gets close with her and then she gets hurt and he tries to take it, like they're away or something. He has to take care of her, and then it's like that will change him to be like he is in the comic, I guess. And then Maggie doesn't like that because she hates Negan. She wants to die. But the girl doesn't want him dead, and that would be a whole conflict that they could do.
Exactly. That'd be a cool plot. Yeah. There's so many possibilities that are like opening up. So it's like, I like that. I mean, I like that they stay with the comic a little, but then they kind of like, they twist it around a little, kind of make it fit. They change, things that happen to different characters, and they give it to other characters. I like that because it makes it to where you can't always predict that stuff, but then at the same time, I like whenever you can predict some things, because it makes it kind of to where you kind of guess where it's going, but not always.
Right.
Keeps us on our toes, so we always have to keep analyzing and theorizing and stuff. So yeah, good. So yes, Joe, you still have hope.
Yes.
You might not be gone for good.
Now, there's one thing I don't want to see continue with The Walking Dead. I hate those stupid 2-minute episode things with the red machete, and I can't stand that stuff. I hate all of them. Like when they did the thing with the Flight of the Walking Dead, that ended up not meaning shit. And then it was like I hate anything they do with like those minute clips, because when Walking Dead is on break, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to grab food, whatever. I don't want to sit there and watch that crap. And then it's not good enough to hold my attention because I don't care. Like, this is all the owners of the Red Machete. Who gives a crap?
What I do, I wait until after those things are done. They're called like mini series.
Yeah, you get them all together and you watch it all once.
They put them all together in the end, and they put them on YouTube. That's when I watch them.
Right. Because I'm annoyed with that. I can't even be bothered.
So it's easier. So during the breaks, you could go and do what you have to do in between breaks. So
I never wanted to see the guys come back, claim. I hated those guys. Like, who cares about those guys?
Yeah.
All these stupid people. It's like, all right, whatever. So no, I say no to another Walking Dead show. Please don't create another one.
No.
As far as Fear the Walking Dead goes,
our Walking Dead fans are spread too thin already. Meaning we got too much to have to.
I know they're gonna do it though, but I don't want them to do it. But I think Fear the Walking Dead is severely hurt because of this. I don't think it's gonna survive. You can tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think it's gonna survive without Madison. Although, I don't know. We'll see.
There's a chance.
But they are doing that storm thing. Remember I was saying for years that they should battle like a storm and fight with walk. They're doing the whole damn half a season like that.
Yep, exactly.
Crazy.
It's like that one episode in season 5 of The Walking Dead when they have the hurricane. And they get into the like shed, the hut kind of thing.
Yep.
Daryl led them in there. It's like that, but a whole half season.
Half a season, right. That's what I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Because we need more of the powers of the elements, not just.
Yeah.
We still haven't got the snow episode.
No. Nothing.
I want the winter episode.
Nothing on that. I want to see like Rick falling on his ass,
and Robert,
like on the snow, slipping.
Robert Kirkman even said we're probably going to get it. So come on.
I would love to see that shit. I would love to be like, and they're both falling. Like walkers are falling. He's falling. He's like, shit, like snow.
Everything. Them bundled up in big like winter coats and stuff. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be a cool aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Right.
It would be so cool. And
that
they could have like a Christmas episode where they have like they're giving gifts to each other.
Right, and then the walkers come out of the presents. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like simple
some shit.
It's like
there's a big present.
It's like sort of what they have to do already. They have to go and scavenge for like supplies and everything.
Right.
And maybe they made like their homemade.
So we're gonna get a Walking Dead Christmas special because we're not getting a Doctor Who Christmas special. No.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Or I'm sorry, episode, whatever.
Episode, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need that. Come on, give it to
Right. I know. Kumbaya. Kumbaya. No, I'm just kidding.
Kumbaya.
Yeah. Seeing them singing Christmas carols, and then the Whisperer gives them a whole bunch of presents, the Whisperers, and it's walkers in the whole thing. Yeah. That'll be fun. All right. Well, this has been an interesting cast. I'm glad you're back.
Yes.
I hope you're here to stay.
Yeah.
And we're going to do more casts, too. So thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.